Wasabi Wallet. Unfairly private.
The Keystone Wallet is a hardware device that allows you to store your Bitcoin securely offline using a method called air gapping. This means that you never actually plug the device into anything else that is internet connected, and you interact with your Bitcoin securely using QR codes or the SD card slot. Today we're going to take a look at how to set up the device and how to use it to store your Bitcoin. I am Ben with the BTC Sessions. This is your daily session.
HODL the Bitcoin.
Before we dive in, quick shout out to sponsors of the show, Bitbuy.ca. This is an easy way, if you're in Canada, to be stacking sats. They have a super simple to use web interface. They have a dedicated mobile app for iOS and Android. And these guys have excellent practices in terms of they've been doing proof of reserve audits for the past couple of years in a row. Be sure to check them out. And after your first $250 purchase, you do get $20 for free. So links for that will be down below. Up next, we have LEDN.io. This is where you can use your Bitcoin for a variety of different services. For myself, one of the things I utilize these guys most for is their Bitcoin-backed loans. So if I get in an instance where I have cash flow issues, maybe I need some cash and it's not coming in at the right time, I can utilize my Bitcoin as collateral to get a Canadian or US dollar loan direct to my bank account, and I just simply deposit Bitcoin here. I get dollars in my account within 24 hours. When I pay those dollars back, I get back the same amount of Bitcoin, which is the important number for me. Of course, they have their Bitcoin and USDC savings accounts, and they have their B2X offering if you're feeling mega bullish. All of that is linked down below. If you opt to get a loan through them through that link, they'll give you $25 for free into your savings account. Now, if you're backing up any important Bitcoin wallet, it is a good idea not to just do it on paper, because water damage, fire damage, some of that stuff can be scary. Getting it in steel, solid steel, can give you some peace of mind. So be sure to check out the BillFodl, which does exactly that, over at privacypros.io. Links are down below. And finally, I do live on Bitcoin, and one of the ways that helps me do that is Bitrefill.com. Really easy to purchase any gift card your little heart desires using Bitcoin, either on-chain or via the Lightning Network. And the bonus, while you're shopping, you do earn sats back. So check them out. Links are down below. With that, let's dive into the video. Now, I just wanted to let you guys know exactly what version of the Keystone we will be dealing with today. Now, some of you may recognize this device as previously being named the Kobo Vault. I did do an interview with Lixin, head of Keystone, about that name change and all of those reasons. That will be linked in the show notes if you care to check that out. And I've also done a ton of tutorials regarding the Kobo in combination with other wallets. And so a lot of the same lessons can be gleaned from those tutorials. They still apply. The interface is effectively the exact same, just so you're aware. But today I'm going to be dealing with the Keystone Pro. So what are the differentiators between this and some of the other options that they have? Well, this one primarily, it comes with the two different battery packs. So there's a rechargeable one and there's one that takes AAA batteries. And then the other important thing is that they have the fingerprint scanner on this one. So that's just an easy, quick way of unlocking the device if you choose to use that. And then differentiators between this and the Kobo. The main thing that you'll notice is that the SD card slot is actually on the outside here instead of inside like it used to be with the Kobo Vault. So with that said, any other external, like third-party wallets that I utilize in this video alongside the Keystone will be linked to, what I'm talking about is the original tutorials for those software wallets will be also linked to in the show notes down below. So if you're unfamiliar with any of the wallets that I use alongside Keystone and you feel like you need a refresher or you need a walkthrough of that wallet first, you can check those out as well. And with that, let's start on setting this thing up. So here we have the Keystone Pro, and as you can see, we have the fingerprint scanner on the back, SD card slot, camera, screen, power button up top. That's pretty much all you need to concern yourself with. So really quick, we'll turn it on. We just hold the power button for a few seconds. By the way, right now I have the rechargeable battery pack on it. The charging port is this. Once you pull it off, the charging port is inside. Okay, so we choose our language and we hit next. All right, and there is an authenticator to ensure that this device is legitimate, that it is from the company. And so you need to go to keyst.1/auth. So we're going to do that right now. All right, so what we do here is on the website, we're going to click the authenticate button. That's going to give us a QR code, which we're then going to hit on the device, scan QR code, and I'll lift it out of frame to scan this rotating QR code. Okay. Then I get an authentication code, which I can then type into the website here and check if it is indeed authentic. And I hit verify. There. Authenticated, device is secure, and we're done here on the website. We can just hit success, and we're done. So at this point, we need to choose a password for the device. This password will be used to unlock the device itself or to approve changes, approve transactions, depending on if you implement the fingerprint scanner later on. But it will be an important password for updates, so on and so forth. So I'm going to do a simple one for this tutorial. BTC sessions, and then you got to confirm it down below. There we go. Okay, so now it says touch create wallet or import wallet, depending on what you want to do. We are not using an old wallet here. We're creating a brand new one, so we're going to hit create. Okay. Now, of course, you want to back up your recovery phrase. They do give you some sheets to do so. This is a test wallet for me in terms of I'm going to wipe this afterwards and create a new one. So we're going to create a wallet with a single backup. A Shamir backup is something where your wallet is essentially split into 3 different phrases, and you only need 2 of them in order to recover. But it just kind of prevents that instance of somebody finding your recovery phrase and being able to access your funds. I'm going to go with the single for this one. Okay, now this is very important. What you are seeing here is the backup to your wallet. It is effectively a copy of it, and anybody that has access to the following words will be able to basically see everything in your wallet and sweep the funds if they see fit. So do not share this information with anyone, and you're going to keep it somewhere secure. So we've got a series of words here. I'm going to write these down off screen, and then we'll be right back. With that written down, I can now hit recovery phrase saved. Please confirm. Now I'm actually going to type in all of my words here. Yes, this is tedious, but yes, this is necessary because if you screwed up writing it down, you don't want to find that out later if you lose or break this wallet. So be sure to go through this step. In fact, it won't let you proceed without doing it. So we'll be back when I type those in. With all my words typed in again, I hit confirm. Perfect. Now, what we're going to be doing here is we are creating a watch-only wallet. We're going to, for now, be utilizing the Keystone app, which is available for Android, I believe soon iOS. But for the time being, we're going to utilize the Keystone app. Okay, so we will leave that and we'll hit confirm. All right, now it asks you what currencies you're going to use. Now, this is not going to apply to us in a moment here because we are going to be upgrading to the Bitcoin only firmware. However, for right now, I'm just going to hit Bitcoin. And I think that's it. I'm just going to hit the check mark in the top right. Perfect. Now it says you can bind to the Keystone app. You open the Keystone mobile and hit add new wallet. You choose your hardware wallet and touch bind, so on and so forth. But we are going to export later. Okay, so we could do this right here if we weren't going to upgrade, but we're going to upgrade to the new firmware first. So I'll hit export later. Congratulations, setup is now complete, and we'll hit done. Okay, so we're in here. We're going to now jump to the website and see how to get the Bitcoin only firmware. And I'll explain in a moment as we're downloading it why this might be an important option for you to do. So over on the Keystone website at keyst.1/firmware, this is where you can update your firmware. You will need a micro SD card no larger than 512 gigabytes, which is quite large, so you should be fine. I just had one kicking around. It's just a smaller 16 gigabyte card, and I have that plugged into my computer right now. So when we scroll down on this page, of course, there's the multi-coin firmware here. That is not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the Bitcoin only firmware. And so the reason why you might want to do this, as they say on their website, we offer a Bitcoin only firmware version that minimizes the code base and attack surface for Bitcoin users. That means that by supporting multiple other coins, it kind of expands the functionality of the actual firmware that you're using, which means that there could be more ways to attack the system. If you focus on only Bitcoin, then that kind of narrows the view through which you could be theoretically attacked. So in my opinion, especially given that I only deal with Bitcoin, using this is a much safer option. Now, I've already clicked this and downloaded the Bitcoin only firmware. So here on my desktop, I have the package that downloads, and I also have pulled up here my SD card or micro SD card that's plugged in. So what I'm going to do first is I double click this, and it actually unzips it into another folder. And inside this folder, there's an item that says update.zip. Okay. Now, if I go to my SD card, all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this update into the SD card, and that's it. Okay. At this point, I can then eject the card from my computer, and we're ready to go with the Keystone. We'll jump over there next. I've got my Keystone here. I'm just going to turn it around. I've got the SD card that I had in my computer. Now with the Bitcoin only firmware on it, we're just going to click that into place like so. And at this point, we actually need to restart the device. So we're just going to hold that power button and we're going to hit restart. Quick password entry to unlock. Okay, and it auto prompts you. It says there's a new version available for update. We do have our recovery phrase because we wrote it down. I'm going to check that and hit update now. And then this is again where it asks for the password in order to approve said update. Okay, one last time with the password. And there we go. We are now sitting on the Bitcoin only firmware version of the Keystone mobile wallet. Let's dive into what's in front of us and all of the settings and familiarize ourselves with the device itself. All right, so in front of you, what you have is your main screen of the Keystone. You have your receiving addresses. Now, this thing is entirely offline, so it doesn't know what addresses have been utilized. So if you need another address, you just hit the plus button down below. And if you change that to say 3, you'll have more addresses that you can receive to below. It's always good to receive to a new address. I have receiving addresses here. If I click on them, that's where I can receive to via this device. Up in the top left-hand corner, this is where you're going to have your access little sandwich menu for your main screen. For multi-sig, which is going to be beyond the scope of this video, but will be touched on in future videos, you have your settings and then a general about screen. We'll go into settings in a moment. In the top right here, there is a little square for scanning any QR codes. And beyond that, the three little dots, you can see signatures. You can export this wallet to another interface, or you can get wallet info, things like the public key, so on and so forth. And that is about it. So let's get some settings going here. There's something that I want to do really quick. I'm going to tap on settings. I would like to set the fingerprint so that we don't have to put in a password every time we're approving a transaction right now. I'm going to hit fingerprint settings. And again, we have to enter the password at first here. Hit confirm. And then place your fingerprint. I'm just placing it on the back here in a little circle. We can hit start registration. And you just have to scan multiple times, just like a regular mobile phone. And a bunch of different times so that it can get a good picture. There we go. One fingerprint registered, and I'm just going to hit done. Okay. Now, this can be used to unlock the device, and this could also be used to enter the passphrase or to sign transactions. For the purpose of this video, I'm turning these all on so that you don't have to watch me plug in a password every single time, but some of you may be uncomfortable with a fingerprint unlocking all of these functions. You can set them as you see fit. Perfect. You can also set a pattern unlock like a regular Android phone. I'm not going to do that right now. This is also where you can create a passphrase wallet, which we'll get into a little bit later on. You can change your watch-only wallet. So this is where you have access to other potential wallets that you could interface with. Right now, we're going to be using the Keystone app, but we will touch on some of these other ones. If you want to use testnet, you can do so here. You can change the password for unlocking the wallet itself. Again, pattern unlock I mentioned. You can create or import a new wallet. You can check your recovery phrase. You can wipe the device, and there's other system settings here, language, brightness, screen timeout length. By the way, I'm going to turn that up to 5 minutes just for this tutorial again. And I can also format the SD card if I choose to. And that is it for the settings. Let's figure out the mobile app. Here we are on the Keystone mobile app on my Android phone. I simply hit bind, and it does give you a little indicator of where to go. On the Keystone itself, top right-hand corner, there's an option that says export wallet, which is going to give me a QR code. And I'm just going to hit confirm on my mobile device here. And this will open up my camera. I can scan. There we go. Okay. So now my mobile app and my hardware device are now bound in that I'll be able to see a balance on the app, and this Keystone device is now specifically only for approving transactions. I will not see any balance on here. Remember, it's not connected to the internet, so it has no way of knowing. So I will not see a balance on here, but I can sign and approve transactions through the Keystone. So let's take a look at the mobile app. So just reviewing what we see in the app itself, you'll have a total balance up top here in dollars and in Bitcoin. You have your assets down below. Of course, this would apply if you were using the multi-coin version, but we are not. If I tap on Bitcoin, we can see any previous transactions, send and receive, anything that was sent, anything that was received, a balance up top and an equivalent dollars. We can also, from the main screen, we have some options here. We can scan. This will open up if we're looking to send or anything like that. The top left, this gives us our devices or our wallets. Okay, so if we had multiple different devices, we could have them all in a single app. And actually, if we go into Bitcoin right here, there's also send and receive buttons down at the bottom. So if I want to start a transaction, I can do it specifically from the app and only interact with the Keystone device when I'm ready to send it off. So the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to receive Bitcoin into the app. We're going to do that very simply. I'm going to open up another Bitcoin app. First, I'm going to hit receive, and this gives me a receive address. And I'm just going to hit copy, and that'll copy this string of digits down below. And this is where I'm going to be receiving Bitcoin to. Conversely, we could have opened up the Keystone device itself and chosen one of those addresses and scanned that as well. That is an option too. So from the Keystone app, I'm going to go out of this. I'm going to open up a wallet that I have called Green Wallet. I've done a tutorial on this. I'll link it down below. But I do have a balance in here. All I need to do is hit send. I can paste in the address that I copied from the app. Or if I had the Keystone open with an address ready, I could have scanned it here. So that was an option as well. I'm going to add an amount. I'll do it in dollars, although this is Canadian dollars, so it'll show up differently in Keystone since that's US dollars. And we'll set our fee. Review, that looks good. Slide to send. Okay, so that is now sent. Let's hop back over. Back out of this. And we can see an incoming transaction into our Keystone. Again, this app doesn't have the credentials to go and spend that. It can only see that it has a balance. The keys or the ability to sign and approve a transaction out still reside on the Keystone device itself. So we'll wait for this to confirm, and then we'll do a test transaction sending back out and see what that looks like using the Keystone device.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we have now officially received this transaction. It is confirmed and spendable. So let's figure out how we do that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to Green Wallet here. And I'm going to get an address to send to. So I'm going to hit receive, and I'm going to copy the address here. And we'll jump back to our Keystone mobile app. Okay, so at this point, down in the bottom left, I can hit the send button. And I would like to, I'm going to paste a receiving address. And then I'm going to choose how much I'd like to send. So it was about 80 American that we received, 100 Canadian, but we'll send 40 US dollars, so about half of it. Okay. So at this point, we can look, and we can also set our fee here. Fee is set down below, and you can actually drag this to choose what you'd like your fee to be. There's also an advanced button, and if you tap on this, then you can actually set manually your sats per byte. I'm going to go ahead and hit send, and this presents you with all the information around 40 US dollars that you're sending, plus the fee that you've attached. From this address to this address, you can put a little memo for yourself if you like. Not necessary in my opinion right now. And I'm going to hit confirm. Okay, this is where the Keystone device comes in. I open it up and I use my fingerprint on the back to unlock it. Okay, and at this point, this is the QR code that I need to scan with my Keystone. So how do I scan it? In the top, the little square, I'm going to tap that to scan. I'm going to scan that QR code, and it says, hey, it looks like you're trying to send this amount of Bitcoin from this address to this one. And the fee is, 1,575 sats. Okay, does this look okay? Would you like to sign it? I'm going to hit the sign button. Yes, that's fine. I use my fingerprint to approve. It's now signing the transaction. And remember, this is offline. So what is in front of us now is a QR code that is encoded with the approved signed transaction from me. So my phone is connected to the internet. And so all I need to do is prove that I have the credentials to spend that money. So I'm going to hit scan QR code on Keystone, and I just need to scan that information. All right, and it says, okay, you've got everything you need. Do you want to broadcast this transaction? I'm going to hit confirm. And off it goes. I've now sent that transaction. And I can even put a little label here. I sent it to my green wallet. That looks good. And I can save this for later reference. Great. Okay, so now in our list of transactions, we can see we had one receive, one send, and you can even see those separated out if you want to go to specific receives or sends. And that's that. That'll be confirmed in a little bit. In fact, I can even jump back over to green wallet and just hit refresh, and I should see it show up momentarily. And here within green wallet, we now see a received transaction unconfirmed, should be confirmed shortly. And we've successfully sent out using our Keystone wallet. Now, there's another important thing that I would like to touch on with the Keystone as a regular wallet. So we have a wallet setup, and that one it does not have a passphrase attached to it. And what I mean is you can actually, on top of your 24-word backup phrase that you've written down, attach an additional passphrase to that backup to make it an entirely different hidden wallet. And nobody would ever know it existed. So the way that you do that, this is like a hidden vault within your Keystone. So even if somebody got a hold of it, they may not realize that your other hidden vault exists. The way you do that is you go to the top left, and you're going to go into settings. And at the top option, you have passphrase wallet. So once we scan our fingerprint and get in here, it says enter passphrase again. And so just to read here what's on the screen, it says, when a hidden wallet is created, its passphrase cannot be changed. If the passphrase is lost or forgotten, the hidden wallet and all of its assets will be irretrievable. Record and store the passphrase securely before creating a hidden wallet. Keep the passphrase field blank to enter the default wallet. So the default wallet is what we've already dealt with. A passphrase wallet is a new wallet built on top of your old existing wallet. It's a hidden vault, but you do need your passphrase that you're creating now in order to access it. There's no 1-800 number to call if you mess up and you forget and can't remember this passphrase, okay? So I'm going to do a really simple one, and the passphrase is simply test. And then I'm going to enter it again. Test. Okay. Now, obviously, that's a terrible passphrase. You likely wouldn't want to use that, but this is just to show an example. I'm going to hit confirm. Okay, so this is going to switch from the current wallet. I will no longer be able to interact with the other wallet while this setting is in play. So I'm going to hit confirm. And as I said, this is an entirely different wallet. Okay, so here is our hidden vault, we'll call it, our passphrase wallet. Now, this one can be paired with the mobile app as well. So let's see how we do that. From your Keystone device, go to the top right, hit Export Wallet. This then gives you a QR code for the new wallet you've just created with a passphrase. Now, very simply, from your mobile app, top right corner, hit the scan button and scan that QR code. It says this Keystone has not been found. Please bind to use it. Hit the bind button. I agree. Confirm. Let's scan one more time. Great. And you can see now it says My Keystone 2. We can now, from the little side menu, navigate between the two of them. We can even rename it. Let's say we can change this to passphrase wallet. Okay, great. So now I can see at the top here, I'm using the passphrase wallet, which is now paired with my Keystone device in its current setting. So this would work exactly the same as what we did previously with the other wallet, sending and receiving transactions. Everything is the same. Now, if I want to get back to my original non-passphrase wallet, all I have to do, top left corner, settings, passphrase wallet, verify with the fingerprint. Okay. And then here, I just don't put in a passphrase. Okay. And I leave it. I hit confirm. And this is going to switch me out of the wallet that I'm currently in, the one with the passphrase that is the word test. And it'll switch me back to my regular wallet without a passphrase. And we can see we had added all those extra receiving addresses here. And that is the same. We are able to utilize that old wallet. We can see that it's the same wallet we dealt with before. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you guys is how to send directly to the Keystone without having to utilize the mobile app right away. Okay. Last time we utilized the mobile app to get a receive address, but we don't have to do that. So let's just pull up Green Wallet side by side. And we have all these receive addresses on the Keystone. I'll just choose the second one here. And if I hit send, I can scan. And same thing here. I'll do Canadian dollars. We'll send over $50. And we'll do a bit of a quicker one so we can see it actually confirm. Okay, that is sent off, and it was sent to the address generated on my Keystone, but I will now be able to see that incoming transaction on the Keystone app. So I'm here. Right now we're in the passphrase wallet. I'm going to hit the Bitcoin wallet itself. I can see there's that sent transaction we sent previously, which is in the process of confirming, but we also have a new received transaction that is in the process of confirming as well. And that one was received directly through an address that was generated within the offline device. Okay, so they're linked. I can generate addresses from the Keystone itself. I also have what's known as the public key, which is within the Keystone app, and that can also generate my addresses from here. So you can receive both methods through the Keystone app and directly into the Keystone device itself via those addresses. But to send, you need to utilize the online Keystone app and then approve it with the Keystone device. Now, what if you would like to utilize the Keystone with a different app? This is very easy to do, and we already kind of showed it a little bit earlier, but just from the top left hand of your screen, you tap the sandwich board, you go to settings, where it says watch only wallet, you're going to tap that. It's going to give you options to connect to another interface. Now, this is actually how I prefer to use my Keystone. I really like utilizing Blue Wallet. I also really enjoy Sparrow and Wasabi, but there's a lot of different options here and more coming down the pipeline. So we're just going to show an example of how to utilize Blue Wallet with this right now. I'm going to hit Blue Wallet and I'm going to hit confirm. Now this automatically just brings up our Blue Wallet on the Keystone, but we need to pair it with the mobile app like we did with the Keystone app as well. So I'm going to show how to do that. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Blue Wallet, of course, I do have a regular tutorial of how to utilize it, but I'm pulling it up right now on my phone. And here I have it. All I'm going to do is I'm first going to, from within Blue Wallet, hit the plus sign in the top right. And I'm going to hit import wallet. Very simple. And I'm going to hit scan or import a file because we're going to be using a QR code here. So I got my camera open. We'll pull that up in a second. And then just like with the Keystone app, in the top right, we're in Blue Wallet right now. Top right, we're going to hit export wallet. And that's going to bring up a QR code. And I should be able to just scan that very simply. And it says importing. And there we go. Now it does show as Cobalt Vault right now with the Keystone. I imagine Blue Wallet, the team itself, will be updating that soon to reflect as a Keystone instead of Cobalt Vault. But I just hit done on the Keystone itself. Now, how do we interact with this? Much the same as the other app. We have options. We can send directly to the QR code or the addresses provided from the Keystone by tapping on them and scanning. Or from within Blue Wallet, exact same, tap, and you have your receive and send buttons at the bottom. If you hit receive, you're going to see a QR code that can be scanned and sent to. When you go to send, the exact same thing is true of needing to approve a transaction by scanning. And we're going to practice that right now. So let's get some funds into Blue Wallet. This time, let's try sending to the QR code from within the Keystone wallet itself. So I'm going to hit send in green. I'll scan that QR code. All right, we'll send over about $50. Okay, so that is sent off. And here within Blue Wallet, we do see an incoming transaction, and you can tap and adjust that to dollars or whatever you like. Either way, once this is confirmed, we will practice sending out from our Keystone. By the way, I'm going to rename this to Keystone. Okay, we've got a confirmation within Blue here. We can now send funds back out. So we're going to practice sending all of these funds back to Green Wallet. So we'll just open that up really quick. We'll hit receive to get an address, and we'll copy that. Jump back to Blue. We're going to hit send in the bottom. It says this wallet is not being used in conjunction with an offline signing. Would you wish to enable it now? First time you will see that, you just hit OK. Okay, so we're going to paste in the address that we just copied. We are going to set our amount. I'm going to hit use the full balance. Okay, my fee. Yeah, we'll keep it low here. We're going to hit next. Now, this is a partially signed Bitcoin transaction, much like the one we saw previously with the Keystone app, and we just need to scan it with our Keystone wallet. So I'll open it up, fingerprint. Okay, so we're in Blue Wallet right now. All we're going to do is we're going to hit the scan button up top. Okay, it says it looks like you're sending this amount of Bitcoin from this address to this one with this fee attached. Does that look right? Would you like to sign it? I'll hit yes. Verify my fingerprint. Okay, and now we just need to prove to Blue Wallet that we are allowed to do that. So we're going to hit scan signed transaction. And once I scan it, it says, all right, we're ready. We can copy and broadcast it later. We can verify it, or we can just send out now. I'm happy to send it out now. And off it goes. There we go. It already refreshed. We can see that it's pending, sending out to Green Wallet, ready to go. So we've now successfully utilized the Keystone with the native app, and we've utilized it with a third-party wallet, which was Blue Wallet. It works much the same with many other interfaces, and I will have this featured in many other videos to come, likely with multi-sig setups as I've done in the past with the previously named Kobo Vault. So keep an eye out for Keystone in the future. If you want to check out Keystone itself and maybe grab yourself one, there is a link in the show notes as well. And I hope you found this video helpful. Just one other note that I forgot to mention here. If you were an owner of the Kobo Vault previously and you're looking at this video thinking it would be great if I could upgrade to this, they do have a deal where if you show the receipt from your previous purchase of a Kobo Vault, they will indeed give you, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 50% off the Keystone so that you can migrate over and get all of the updates ever since the split between Kobo and Lixin and the Keystone team. So be sure to check that out. And again, if you're curious about the goings on of what happened with that split, be sure to watch my interview with Lixin regarding all things Keystone. That will be linked down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do hit like, subscribe, and share. All of those things really do help get this content in front of more eyeballs. If you want to help out the show in another way, you can hit up the previously mentioned sponsors down below. That was Bitbuy, LEDN, BillFodl, and Bitrefill, all of them linked in the show notes. And if you really liked what you saw, you can always hit me up with a Bitcoin tip via my strike.me page. That is strike.me/BTC sessions. When you arrive, you can type in any amount you like. You can hit the tip button and it will provide you with either a Lightning invoice or a regular Bitcoin QR code. And with that, I am out. Have yourselves a wonderful day or evening wherever you may be, and I will see you guys next time for your daily session.
HODL the Bitcoin.